Okay, using Pythagoras to find the length of one of the shortest sides of a right angled triangle. In this example, we've got one with one side is 5.3 centimetres and the hypotenuse is 16.7 centimetres. We're going to solve it exactly the same way as we would to find the hypotenuse. Start by labelling the sides. So A and B are shorter ones. Doesn't matter which one, but C must be the hypotenuse. It's the longest side, it's opposite the right angle. Remember those key points. Then we write down Pythagoras' theorem. As it is, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. No need to rearrange it to start with, just remember that one formula. You can rearrange once we've got some numbers in. Okay, so we substitute in the values. 5.3 squared plus b squared equals 16.7 squared. Let's evaluate those. So we've got 28.09 plus b squared equals 278.89. Now let's rearrange it to make b squared the subject, which gives us 250.8. Then we can square root both sides. So b will be the square root of 250.8. Pop that into your calculator and gives you a long decimal, but when we're answering questions we like a sensible answer, rounded to an appropriate degree of accuracy. So let's go for one decimal place in this case. So b is 15.8, and again don't forget the units because that's what the question is asking in this case. You're given the lengths of two sides with the units. We need to know the units for the third side. Now we can use this to find other problems. So here we've got an equilateral triangle. Of each side is 8 centimetres, but we want to find out the area. So we need to know the perpendicular height. Now because it's equilateral, the height the line straight down the middle of the perpendicular height is a line of symmetry, and it's a perpendicular bisector of that side. So we can draw on a right angle there, and we can then go with writing down the formula and labelling the sides. So A, B and C. C is going to be 8 because it's a side of the equilateral triangle, and A is half of that, so that's going to be 4. So we can put in our values. So 4 squared plus b squared equals 8 squared. So 16 plus b squared is 64. Rearranging will give us b squared is 48. And b is root 48. You can leave it at that. You could leave it as a simplified surd, as most calculators will do now. They'll give that as 4 root 3. Or we can write it down as the decimal, 6.92820323 centimetres. Now we don't want to use all of that to find our area, but leave the exact value or that value stored in your calculator for your final part. Because the area of any triangle, this is a half times the base times the perpendicular height. So here we have 8 centimetres as the base, the 6.92820323 as our height there, times we have to halve it, and that will give us 27.7 square centimetres in one decimal place. And I said before, don't forget the units.